We are awaiting Mayor Henyard to arrive. We will give another 5 minutes.
Mayor Tiffany Henyard delayed the meeting with no explanation.
We're not your damn subjects. We are your bosses. We are the citizens of Dalton. And you will not continue to treat us like this because you are on.
Tiffany Henyard, once celebrated as the super mayor of Dalton, is now facing the collapse of her political career. The series of events leading to her downfall has been nothing short of shocking. From being excluded from the ballot in a landmark caucus to dealing with legal challenges and public discontent, Henyard's once promising ambitions are now overshadowed by mounting scandals. Is this the end of her contentious career, or can she stage a comeback against the odds? The turmoil began with what Henyard likely assumed would be a routine step, securing her spot on the ballot for re-election as Thornton Township Supervisor. However, in a surprising twist, her name was omitted from the list due to her failure to complete a certified assessor requirement. This oversight, coupled with the Democratic Party's decision to hold a caucus instead of a primary for the first time in decades, left her scrambling. The decision to opt for a caucus was spearheaded by Illinois State Senator Napoleon Harris, who also serves as the Thornton Township Democratic Committeeman. Harris not only oversaw the process, but emerged as the Democratic nominee, effectively shutting Henyard out of the race. The caucus itself was a dramatic affair, with hundreds braving the cold to cast their votes outside the Homewood Flossmoor Park District Auditorium. Emotions ran high, and tensions flared between Henyard's supporters and Harris's camp. When Harris was declared the winner, the atmosphere turned celebratory. In a pointed jab at Henyard, the crowd even sang, "Nana, hey hey, kiss him goodbye," a mocking anthem that left her visibly upset. Feeling defeated, Henyard snapped back, "Illegal!" before storming out of the auditorium as her supporters watched in stunned silence.
Works right here in Thornton Township. You can also say that she flunked out because her name is not appearing on the...
Henyard's loss at the caucus has delivered a significant blow to her reputation as the super mayor. Known for juggling multiple leadership roles, this defeat shakes her authority and leaves her vulnerable in the one position she still holds, mayor of Dalton. But her tenure in that role has been far from stable. Henyard has faced accusations of misusing taxpayer funds and frequent clashes with village trustees. Just this week, a judge ordered her interim police chief, Ronnie Burge Sr., to step down after only 30 days in the role. The Dalton Police Department has lacked a permanent chief for most of the year, and trustees have criticized Henyard's handling of the situation. "We hope to have a say in who the next chief will be," said trustee Jason House, who is also running for mayor. "If we deem that person not a good fit, they will not be approved." The mounting criticism underscores the challenges Henyard faces as her grip on power weakens.
Its regular scheduled village hall meeting turned into political antics where the opponents for Mayor Tiffany Henyard say they're counting the
out of
Public
there.
sentiment seems to
What's
be turning
even more
sharply
surprising
against
is how
Tiffany
Henyard continues to double down
At
on
a
her
recent village
controversial
board
decisions.
meeting, many residents
In a
turned their
recent
backs
move
to
that
her as she
baffled
spoke,
many local
a
leaders,
symbolic
she
act of
pushed forward a
protest.
proposal to refund
Still,
100%
Henyard
of
remained
homeowners' property
defiant,
taxes,
proclaiming,
which critics have
like,
labeled welcomed the
"It or
idea.
not, I am your mayor,"
Others quickly
and likening
pointed
her
out the
potential
village's
victory to the
massive
rise
and
of a controversial
everyone vote,
former
make it too
president.
big to rig,
But her
get her out,
confidence
your
appears
mayor,
increasingly
even
out of step
comparing
with
her
the frustration
potential
voiced
victory
by
to a
residents.
controversial former president's
Dalton,
rise to
please
power.
vote as early
Her
as
confidence, though, seems
you can.
increasingly
Make it too big
misplaced.
to rig. Get her out of there, one resident urged. Adding to the tension, Henyard has doubled down on polarizing decisions. Recently, she proposed a full refund of homeowners' property taxes, a move that baffled many local leaders. Critics, including trustee Brittany Norwood, dismissed the plan as a desperate publicity stunt. "It's financially reckless," Norwood said before walking out of the meeting. While some residents initially welcomed the proposal, many were quick to point out the village's massive budget deficit, making the idea virtually impossible to execute. Henyard's bold yet impractical strategies seem to be deepening the divide between her and the community.
Minutes. That's all it took for Tiffany Henyard to be out as the Democratic nominee for Thornton Township Supervisor, and she left here visibly upset.
Tiffany Henyard is facing a growing wave of dissent from her former allies, with rumors of tell-all interviews and leaked documents swirling in political circles. One anonymous former staffer described how Henyard's leadership style has alienated even her most loyal supporters. At first, people believed in her vision, but now it's all about her ego, the source revealed. She doesn't listen to anyone and retaliates the moment she feels threatened. This disillusionment isn't limited to her staff. Local trustees, who have had public clashes with Henyard, accuse her of fostering a toxic political atmosphere. They argue that her focus has shifted away from serving the community to protecting her personal image, further fueling the frustration among those who once stood by her side.
For a while, it's like, grassroots. It was organic when a lot of this things started at the township, where the people were, just showing their...
Tiffany Henyard's actions at public events are adding fuel to the fire. At a recent township meeting, she arrived late, visibly upset, and directly called out trustees, accusing them of sabotaging her efforts. The atmosphere grew so tense that several attendees left before the meeting ended, saying they felt uneasy with the hostile tone she had set. "This isn't leadership, it's theater," one attendee remarked, criticizing her focus on drama over real governance. These public outbursts, paired with her ongoing legal troubles, have only widened the gap between Henyard and the people she was elected to serve. Her behavior is increasingly seen as a distraction from the pressing issues facing the community.
Get back and to be at a mayor, and we already know she's not going to win that supervisor seat.
The controversies surrounding Tiffany Henyard go far beyond her caucus loss. Over the past year, her administration has faced intense scrutiny over questionable spending and leadership practices. Reports show that Henyard and her team spent over $100,000 on travel, meals, and events, including $85,000 for a concert that drew a sparse crowd. Her charity, named after herself, was shut down for failing to disclose how it used donations, with the Illinois Attorney General warning it to stop soliciting funds until it complied with state regulations, even after the FBI issued subpoenas. In April, Henyard's spending reportedly continued unchecked, deepening concerns about her fiscal accountability.
Run out of this the right way. Illegal.
Tiffany Henyard's leadership has drawn heavy criticism, with many labeling it as more focused on her own interests than the needs of the community. Trustees have accused her of using taxpayer money for personal luxuries, such as first-class flights, expensive hotels, and even beauty services. She's also faced backlash for promoting her own image through town billboards and music videos that feature city employees. One trustee called her actions a stain on the community, while another described her administration as a dictatorship. Residents have voiced their frustrations as well, with one remarking, "Money and power corrupts. The more power, the more corruption." Henyard is also facing accusations of political retaliation. The Dalton Park District has claimed her office, withheld permits for two $600,000 grants for playground upgrades, potentially forcing taxpayers to foot the bill if the grants expire. Park District officials believe these delays are politically motivated, noting that Henyard's opponents were allowed to hold meetings on their property. "We do not play politics here," said Park District President Cleo Jones, urging Henyard not to involve them in her political disputes. Adding to the scandal, one of Henyard's closest allies, former Deputy Police Chief Louis Lacey, was recently indicted on bankruptcy fraud charges. Federal prosecutors allege that Lacey concealed assets and underreported income to avoid paying creditors. While Lacey's lawyer claims this is part of a broader strategy to build a case against Henyard, the charges only add fuel to the growing perception of corruption surrounding her administration.
To win, but let's do it properly and let the people really have a voice. The people's voice was taken.
Amid the mounting controversy, Tiffany Henyard continues to defend herself, claiming that she is being unfairly targeted. In a recent Facebook video, she accused her critics of spreading false narratives and suggested that there is a larger conspiracy at play aimed at discrediting her. "Why all this attention on me?" she asked, adding, "What are they doing that they don't want us to know about while distracting us over here?" Despite Henyard's assertions, the financial troubles in Dalton continue to raise concerns. Earlier this year, former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot, hired as a special investigator, revealed that Dalton's general fund balance had plummeted from over $5 million in 2023 to a nearly $4 million deficit by 2025. Lightfoot's preliminary report also flagged some questionable spending, including $43,000 spent on Amazon purchases in a single day. Tiffany Henyard's legal and political troubles are escalating, and her options are narrowing. Running as a write-in candidate for Thornton Township Supervisor is a challenging route, and with her approval rating dropping, even her re-election, bid for mayor of Dalton seems uncertain. Some speculate that her allies may soon distance themselves, leaving Henyard isolated. Still, She refuses to back down, maintaining that the show will go on after her caucus loss. But how much longer can she keep this up? Is this the end of her political career, or could she pull off a comeback? What does this saga tell us about the state of local politics in America? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on this unfolding story.